It's Friday, yay! Hi, it's Grandma Moore. I'm excited to be out here this Friday. It's sunny, it's beautiful. I don't know what today's gonna bring. It could be anything. So come along, let's see what we get ourselves into. As soon as I got near the restaurants, I got my first order. It's not great, but it's $10 for 10 miles at Wendy's, and it leaves me in the area with a lot of other restaurants. So I'm excited about that. It was my first offer. So it is on Uber. Today, my focus is Uber and Doordash. I'm scheduled from 11:30 to 7 on Doordash. So just doing Uber this morning. It's quarter till 10 right now. Well, I finally got my second order. It's $7 for 4 miles Starbucks Uber. So it took a little bit to get it, but all right. All right, it's been kind of slow for a minute, but DoorDash just got busy. So I was able to log in a half hour early. It's 5 till 11. And as soon as I logged in, I got a 6.25 for one item at Target going 5 miles. I took it. I've turned off Uber because Uber has been so bad lately this week. And so I'm gonna see if I can rock DoorDash, but we'll see if it works out for me or not. Just picking up a shirt. So here we go. All right, so I've done some lunch orders. I'll show them all right here. And I'm at around I think $75. Just got an order for like $12 going 4 miles at Target. I think it's like 12 items. So some of the orders I've taken have been crazy. My mileage is at 95, so I have to keep in mind of that. And I still have very far to go to hit my goals. So trying to figure out how I'm going to keep my miles down and still make my goal. My poor car will be very mad at me today. But anyway, so on my way to Target and trying to get this shopping done. Right, 3 flights of stairs. The verse I want to read today is Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do your work heartily as the Lord rather than for men. This verse was about Joseph and how he was faithful to his master, and the master's wife said bad things about him. Joseph went to jail, but because he did what was right, um, the jailer showed favor on him. You know, God had the jailer show favor on him. But for some reason, I started thinking, what are my, what's the worst thing and the hardest, not the worst, what's the hardest thing in my life? And that is watching my children and grandchildren go through things and I can't fix it or I can't solve it. And it's not right for me to solve it. They have to make their own decisions. And so when Joseph was presented with this situation, he had to make his own decision to not do the bad thing, but to do the right thing. And I personally struggle with sometimes doing the right thing. This other thing might sound fun or interesting, uh, but maybe not the right thing to do. So I have to work on that. But the hardest thing for me is watch my children make those decisions. I think that is, and as a mom and a grandma, you have to let them make those decisions. You have to let them fall, and at least you're there to pick up the pieces or help them navigate how to deal with all that. So I don't know why that was the thing that came to mind when I read this. I guess because Joseph had to make that decision and he made the right decision, even though he was punished for it, making the right decision. At least he did. And then, with the YouTube stuff, of course I want to make money. It's not that I don't, but the reason for this is to get my devotions out there. I read them out of In Touch Ministries, but just to have that conversation, and it's fun to do the DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff, but I'm doing it for Lord's work, not for myself. And sometimes I forget that. And I did, sometimes I try to control, like I said yesterday, and whatever. But when I let God take over, it works itself out. And when I try to take over, it becomes a mess. So I do feel like I am doing that uh, in God's name and not just for myself. So that's good. I'm taking this somewhere to another restaurant and leaving it with the hostess, but I can't tell which one. And there's tons of traffic. I was trying to avoid it. But since they didn't put the name of the business on here, I'm not sure how to navigate through the traffic. So that's frustrating. All right, now DoorDash has given me a $14 order for 4 things at Alta for 4 miles. My mileage might be saved if I keep getting orders like that. And this, I was able to figure out how to get around the traffic, so that was good. Just 5 minutes away from Alta. All right, I just surpassed my $100 for the day. So it feels like the first half's done. And believe it or not, for the first time today, my money and miles are equal. So that makes me super happy. So off to make hopefully the second $100 today. And it is 3:30. Things should be getting busy. So keeping our fingers crossed. All right, so I took an 1875 order, stocked order for Ulta Beauty and Kroger. So it wasn't too bad, but the Ulta line was so slow. So I'm on my way to Kroger now. I think I'm picking up some flowers. So we'll see. Well, unfortunately, this is going 20 minutes away. And it's already taken me a little while. But fortunately, they're going to the same house. So there we go. Well, that delivery wasn't great, but I'm ahead. I had more money than I thought. I'm at 131 and some change. So basically $69, and it's just now 5 o'clock. And so my problem is whenever it pops up on the map, if it's in the zone, you can click on the house and see the address. So then I'm like, all right, I kind of know where I'm at, where I'm going. But if it's in a different zone or outside of your zone, you can't click to get the address anymore. So I got confused what I was doing, but I mean, I'm fine. I'm just have to go back through that traffic. I'm hoping it's goes down some, and trying to make $69 stand out until I do, I guess. So let's go do it. All right, got the first dinner. It's just quarter after 5, $11 for 3 miles. So I'm excited. It's on Uber. So picking it up from Zaxby's. Well, luckily this order isn't going very far. It says 11 minutes, but it's 3 miles. But if it was, I would be so upset because they ordered 3 kids' meals and an adult meal. So there's 4 drinks. So there's 2 sodas and a drink carrier. And then they got an orange juice and a chocolate milk. And they put it in with the hot food. To keep the hot food, I have to put it in a hot bag. But there's chocolate milk and apple juice in there. Apple juice maybe not so bad, but the chocolate milk, why wouldn't you put it with the drinks? So anyway, that's my complaint. The other thing I wanted to say too is when I pulled up, I was right by Zaxby's when I got that order. And when I pulled into Zaxby's, I also got a DoorDash order. And the reason why I do kind of like Uber better than DoorDash is because the way their algorithm is, when you go, your wait for Uber orders are so much less than DoorDash. So when I declined the DoorDash order because I already took the Uber one, and it was paid a lot better, a lot less miles, blah blah blah. But the Uber order was ready. It didn't look like they started on the DoorDash order. So that's one thing that I have really noticed, that the way that Uber sends out the orders, it's later, and it makes you don't have as much of a wait for the orders. Usually. There's times I'd wait, but not very often. All right, I got a $26 stacked order at my ears for like 18 items going like 5 miles, something like crazy like that. So that is fantastic. I'm definitely taking it and seeing what I can get done. Hopefully there's nothing big. I didn't look. It's 3 orders. Well, I'm only $24 away from my $200 goal. And I decided to go to a different part of the zone. So far, not a good idea. But I figure I'll make a little circle and head back. I just need $24. Hopefully it'll come through. Well, Doordash says estimated time 1 to 2 minutes, and I've been waiting for a good 20 minutes and nothing. So I don't know what's going on. I force stopped it, whole 9 yards, and I still don't have anything. Well, I wasn't getting anything, so I decided to take this $6 order for 3 miles. And just note that DoorDash still is estimated 1 to 3 minutes, and I still haven't even got an offer. I just realized why. My shift ended at 7 and it don't automatically turn off. I keep forgetting. I just found out I made it to Pro Shopper on DoorDash, which means for the month of May, I get a 10% extra when I do shopping. So now I'm only $18 away from my goal, but I'm heading like the direction of my house. I'm far away and hoping to make the $18 as I go along. So keeping my fingers crossed. All right, I got a $15 order. It is kind of far, but it's the back way to my house. So I went and took it because that means I'm only $3 away. And I am not worried about $3. So it just makes the video sound better. Hey, I made 200, but I still have to get home and maybe I'll hit and pick up another little order or something on the way. So I'm excited. Only $3 away. So picking up Qdoba, I couldn't get back on DoorDash. So, but I have to remember that at the end of my shift, I have to manually end my dash. Uh, I could have took a couple other orders. They weren't very good on Uber, but I didn't take them because there was a promo on DoorDash. Thought, oh, I'll do better. And then I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting orders. But now I know. All right, they added an $8 Walgreens order. I made my goal. It's right on the way to where I'm dropping this off. So perfect. Be home before
Canceled.
dark.
Walgreens said someone from Uber picked my meds up at 3:30.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's see what happened. They said, all right, let's see. They're saying it's canceled. You will have to cancel. All right, well, the $8 order might not go through. I don't know. Well, I guess there was some kind of mix up at the pharmacy. Either way, I got it. I made my goal. I almost canceled it because she told me to. And I guess her and the pharmacy had a miscommunication about her medicine or whatever. So all good. I make my goal. So that's all I care about. And that she gets her medicine. And she was happy because she thought she was going to have to come up here and get it herself. But she told me another person came and got it. So who knows? But I think we got it squared away. We'll find out. Well, that was a little too spooky for me. This town used to be, when I was a little girl, known for weird things happen to people. So I wouldn't come to this town for a long time. Now it's no big deal, blah blah blah. But I'm definitely shocked they built a subdivision in the middle of nowhere, and it just gave me the creeps. I was hoping to dash or Uber on the way home, but it's getting dark. I'm out in the country, and that's enough for me. Once I got the creepy vibes, I'm out. So I worked 11 hours, right at 11 hours, almost to the minute, to the second, probably, no. And I made right at little over 200, waiting for a couple of tips, the last 2 orders I just did. And then went 182 miles. So not too terrible, but I'm tired and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go try to find me a snack before I get home, and then I'll get some rest, edit this video in the morning, and get back on the road tomorrow. So hopefully y'all are making good money and enjoying this weekend. It's great weather here. Hopefully it's great weather there. And until next time, be happy. God bless you.